Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Syzygy's Optimal Health Night. I congratulate you for logging in ahead a little bit early, of course. Some of you were early, and for investing some time on a Sunday night to learn about something so important to all of us, and that's our health. Okay. And of course, health is so precious. Without it, nothing is possible. All the money in the world, all the talent, all the looks, and all the careers and professions, that's all the businesses, that's nothing if we are not healthy. But what's so exciting about health today is that actually we're all afraid of this disease, the diseases around, right? But actually diseases can be reversed. Well, I'm not saying all, I'm not a doctor, but it's always nice to hear stories from live and real case studies. And that's what we're going to do tonight. I am Olivia Fernandez Bernabe, and I am the founder of Syzygy. Syzygy is a community of people that value three very important aspects or values, okay? And that is optimal health, that's tonight, optimal wealth, and optimal self, which is personal development. So this is like very holistic. This is a very holistic community of people that share the same values and ideas. So we have a case study tonight, and we have the patient, and we also have the doctor with us tonight. We're talking about our patient case study who was living with type 2 diabetes. Is Arlene Ramos. I'd like to welcome Arlene. And of course, I'd also like to welcome Dr. Rico Santos. And we are recording this evening for people who really want to. There's Rico Santos. Hi, Doc Rico. For people who want to join us and learn but are not able to log in tonight, and we can always share this link to them. There is a proverb that says, an ancient proverb that says that when you are given a gift of great value, it is your moral responsibility to share it with people. And that's what we're doing tonight. So, hello, Arlene. Good evening.
Hi.
Yeah, tell me about yourself. Tell the audience about your background. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Arlene Ramos. I'm a pharmacist and married. I have two children, both working now. And I worked in a multinational pharmaceutical company before I retired almost a decade ago. That's it.
Hi, Dr. Rico. Would you like to say hi to the Zoom viewers, participants? Actually, we have a guest from the United Kingdom, from London. Yeah, Yugesh. Hi, Yugesh. Go ahead, Doc Rico. Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you. Go ahead.
No?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hello.
this community of learners.
Okay. Well, the first thing is I'm going to ask a few questions. We know we've heard about diabetes. We know about the stories of acquiring this disease. And we know of so many other people, friends, family, who are experiencing diabetes today. So let's just ask Arlene, describe your health condition, Arlene, before starting our Syzygy Optimal Health program and before your first consult with Dr. Rico. What were you feeling? Go ahead.
In 2008, I was diagnosed with cervical spondylosis. And 4 years after that, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now, for my spondylosis, I was given a potent drug, the NSAID, what we call NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory disease, which might have contributed to my having the acid reflux or GERD. And also, of course, aside from the unhealthy lifestyle and stress eating. And for my type 2 diabetes, I was given a drug, a combination of metformin and vildagliptin and insulin. And I was on these drugs for more than a decade.
Wow,
And,
that's a long time. Yeah, go ahead.
And then last year, first quarter of last year, I felt a severe pain.
Oh,
I'm not yet. I had this lab test again, and my triglycerides and my sugar went up. So my doctor added two drugs more. One for my triglycerides, which is a statin drug, and then another one, it is a newly launched drug in the market, which is supposed to suppress my appetite and, of course, to prevent the spike of my sugar. I won't mention the names na lang kasi for ethical purposes because I am a pharmacist. I used to work in a pharmaceutical firm.
okay.
So,
okay, sure. Yeah.
and by last quarter of last year, I have this pain, lower back pain, which radiates to my lower extremities, and it's really paralyzing. I cannot walk. And
wow.
this tingling sensation on my arms and on my toes. Plus, I experience leg cramps almost every morning during dawn. So when I wake up, I have these cramps in my legs. So I really suffer. And when I went to the doctor for my checkup, I told him about what I felt. And so I was advised to go on MRI and bone density test. And of course, I was also told during that consultation that those tingling sensation, those cramps on my legs are part of my lifetime, because it's effect of diabetes.
So you were told it's permanent, it's a lifetime thing,
Yeah.
and you have to bear with that pain for years and years.
Yes. So of course I was sad, but I know that there's hope. I kept on praying until one day my prayer was answered. And during one of our Zumba sessions in this village, we have a visitor, Miss Annie Padernal, who introduced me to Miss Olivia, and that started it all.
Okay. Wow. So tell me about what, of course, you consulted with Dr. Rico, who's actually coaching for this disease reversal of diabetes as well as other diseases, together with he's part of our community and supported, of course, by our corporate partner, which is Neutralite, which is the largest vitamin food supplement in the world. And you started to consult with him, and there were certain changes that you implemented these changes were so important in reversing all of these things, and of course she'll tell us later what happened, can you describe to me what changes you did that Dr. Rico advised you to do? Yeah.
Of course, first, there was a paradigm shift. What I used to know and believe in was shifted to what I am doing now,
Mm.
focusing on proper nutrition more than being dependent on drugs. And also, I've known that there are food supplements available in the market that can help with the nutritional deficiencies that causes this disease and that will help in the healing of this disease. And of course, I also did the exercise as advised by Dr. Rico, which increases oxygen in the body. And of course, he also advised me to go on intermittent fasting to utilize the inactive excess fats and sugars naturally found in our body.
Okay, tell me about the exercise. I know that this is like a, what do you call it, Doc Rico? Oxidative dump or something. It's only 4 minutes. Anybody can do it. Dr. Rico, what do you call the exercise? And we can't hear Doc Rico. You're not muted. He says, okay. We can't hear you. There. Parang it's what do you call the exercise?
NOD, nitric oxide dump.
Nitric oxide dump. It's a 4-minute exercise, practically every part of your body that you do 3 times a day. And
3 sets.
yeah, 3 sets. I mean, that's like 12 minutes. Come on, everybody can do it. So it wasn't like she had to go to the gym, she had to do hours and hours of, running in a treadmill or even lifting weights. Well, of course, that's a different story. If you lift weights, if you want to have more muscle. And tell me about your fasting. How long were you fasting? How many hours? 12 hours?
I started with 12 hours and then had it longer to 14 hours and then 16 hours. Now I'm trying my best to go on 1 meal a day, so 24 hours. But of course, I started with 12. Hindi siya abrupt, but it's a slow process that
Yeah.
you really have the intermittent fasting. So I started with 12. I ate before 6 p.m. and then and then had breakfast around 8. So that's already 14 hours and
Yeah.
extend to 16, 18 until your body adapts to it. So, or when I'm not hungry, I don't eat.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you can't do that abruptly. How long
Yes.
did it take you to go into you seem to be able to do 1 meal a day. And
I'm still trying. So
how long did it take you? How many weeks to develop that? You trained your stomach to
I think for my first 2 weeks, I did a 12 to 14 hours fasting. And
Oh.
then I tried the 16 hours until I reached at least 18 hours. Now I'm trying to extend it to 24 hours. But of course, I can't do
Ah.
it a day with just 1 meal a day. I have to do it maybe
Yeah.
once, twice, or thrice a week until, that's it.
Well, I'm a actual believer of fasting too, and I fast and I just feel amazing, more energized, leaner. You don't feel so heavy, and
Mhm.
it's amazing because when you fast, your body actually cleanses itself. And
Mhm.
there was another component to the program, our program, and that's the low carb diet. right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
how low was your carb diet? I mean, your low carb diet. How did you do with that?
I eliminated rice.
Mm,
First, pasta. I avoid pasta and even bread, the white bread especially, which I really love to eat. But I shifted from having rice to more vegetables. I combined it with protein like meat, fish, chicken, and totally. Or if I do crave for rice, there is an advice from Dr. Rico that there is a rice substitute, a healthier one,
which is
which is shirataki rice,
shirataki rice. Yeah.
and it can be bought online, so it's
Oh,
available. That is if
okay.
for rice, but if not, don't do it
Yeah.
because it will lessen your cravings for carbs.
Yeah. Oh,
Even
yeah.
even pasta, there are substitute pasta also.
Okay. And Dr. Kiko, of course, advised her there. So it was a combination of low carb, of exercise, of intermittent fasting. And there's another element that's so important. It is the coaching element and weekly accountability meetings, because
Yes,
you cannot go through a life changing program if you don't have that mental toughness to make changes. So how did the coaching help you? How did you change your mindset? What about these weekly accountability meetings?
every day Dr. Rico check on my progress, what I ate. Of course, he helped me set my goal, and that is to reverse my diabetes.
Mhm.
And of course, my goal is to reverse my diabetes and to be free, to live healthy and be free from maintenance drugs.
Mhm.
He changed my medication. I was advised to stop insulin and the statin, and he gave me another drugs for my triglycerides and sugar. And of course, I was advised also to monitor my vital signs like BP. I have to monitor it at least twice a day, morning and evening, but sometimes I do it more often than what I'm advised. And of
Mhm.
course, I have to monitor my glucose, the sugar. I have my freestyle what do you call that? Monitoring, glucose monitoring. I take my sugar before my meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or right now, I don't eat 3 times a day anymore. At least twice a day, twice to once a day. So, but I still monitor my sugar, and I'm shifting now to the continuous glucose monitoring. Um, Kaya lang kasi it was out of stock when I tried to shift, but now I have it.
Mhm.
So I will start tomorrow with my CGM, the continuous glucose monitoring device for
Yeah.
me to monitor sugar. And then aside from the goal, of course, you have to make a commitment to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
You have to commit and focus on the goal, and you must overcome your cravings because cravings are temporary, and don't waste the everyday little gain that you have already obtained while doing this, because you will regret it later if you will give in to the temptation. So go back to kasi if you lose, like me, I lost
Yeah.
7 kilos
You
in two and a half to 7 kilos in 2.5 months time,
okay.
and still going down.
All
And
right.
of you have to discuss also other possibilities. That's what's good with Dr. Rico kasi he prescribes medicines, And of course, he allows you to explore other supplements, and also learn new skills like cooking. You have to cook so that you are sure of the content of your food. And if you like bread, you have to bake your own so that you would know that the ingredients that are in
Yeah.
what eating is really it will not affect your sugar and your triglycerides.
And your total health, because there's
Yeah.
so many things in commercial food that can be
Yes.
damaging to our health.
Yes.
And you made those changes in a few weeks, 2.5 months. So making those changes and being really committed to your goal, and meeting with Dr. Rico on a regular basis, really having someone to be accountable to. Tell me what happened now in that 2.5, 3 month period. How do you feel now, Arlene?
I feel healthier,
Mm-hmm.
literally lighter after losing 7 kilograms in 2.5 months after starting the program. I feel sexier and
Oh,
more confident with how I look. And now I'm almost pain free. That tingling sensation and even the lower back pain and leg cramps are almost gone. They
yeah.
stir once in a while, but I think in the past 2 or 3 weeks, I haven't experienced the pain anymore, and I hope it will not come back. And of course,
Wow. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the time that I'll be free from the maintenance drugs. I feel hopeful now.
Have
With
your maintenance drugs, the milligrams, they have been reduced or some eliminated?
insulin was eliminated for 2 months now.
Yes. No more injections every day.
For injections.
Yeah.
And of course, the metformin instead of the combo product, just the single, just the metformin, and it was reduced. The dose was reduced to half. I used to take metformin for 2,002 grams a day, but now it's reduced to half.
What about
And
your, oh yeah, what about your blood pressure, and how's your blood pressure? Okay.
there's this what you call the dawn phenomenon, as Dr. Rico said. But after 2 hours or 3 hours of waking up, my blood sugar, I take it. It's normal. Before I sleep, my blood sugar
Blood
is
sugar,
now. I no
BP,
my BP is
blood
now
pressure.
my
Yeah.
blood pressure is now around 120/80. Sometimes it goes down to 115/75, and it's here. Oh no.
You still have maintenance for blood pressure?
Yes. But Dr. Rico said, once it is stabilized, then he can eliminate it.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay. Because we all know the more drugs, the more attack to the liver, to the kidneys, the more complications. There's a side effect. Now you have another drug for that side effect. Then you have a new side effect. And it
yes.
becomes drugs connected to drugs, and you become a walking pharmacy. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Not to,
Last night, my
yeah.
BP 1/75, and then 116/75. So that's already, that was last night.
Wow, congratulations. So you mentioned about feeling lighter. Actually, when I saw Arlene like a month apart, and when I saw her last week, because we had a health event, I couldn't believe it. She really lost weight. I saw some curves in her. And she was so happy and proud. Sorry, Arlene.
What's important is the inch lost.
The inch loss. I said,
Yes.
oh, Arlene, I can see it. I can see it now. But
Curves.
aside from that, she mentioned she feels lighter and she feels sexier. Wow, that's nice. And her pain is gone or reduced. Yeah.
Yes.
Her medication is lessened and the goal is really to eliminate it. Insulin is removed from her regimen, daily regimen. How many injections do you have a day for insulin? One?
Once only 24 units a day. Once
Uh-huh.
only in the
And she was talking about her clothes that were masikip or tight. And then when we were talking, it's like it's maluwag. It's already loose. So
yes.
that's already the proof that she lost some inches there. And as women, we always welcome inches loss. Always welcome that. So you've got, what other changes would you like to add? What your confidence? What part of
Yes. Yeah.
confidence? Yeah. You feel
And
more like a winner now.
yes. Yes. And in so short a time, because I've been trying to lose weight for how many years since I retired? I think almost a decade.
Yeah.
But I was unsuccessful. But I started losing weight when this intermittent fasting. Actually, I started it, but not on a regular basis. During our prayer and fasting at church,
Yeah.
because we were fasting, so I decided to eliminate dinner, and instead of eating dinner, we prayed, and
Oh,
I know that I lost weight. So I continued that. I took that advantage. So when Dr. Rico said intermittent fasting, I think it took me just a few days to do it because I've already started, although not in a regular basis. So very fast talaga yung nangyari na losing weight and even losing inches kasi in just 2.5 month time before my clothes were XXL. I'm already happy if I have XL, but now it's ranging from large to XL depende sa kung anong may
yeah.
mga big naturally or there are small sizes, so that would depend. So now from large to XL, before XXXL pa nga eh.
XXX. Well, Arlene is really big bones, and she's tall. She's definitely not petite. Yeah. So wow, that is truly, truly amazing, amazing. How
But
did
that's only because what inspires me is my my BP, my vital signs are improving, even my sugar.
yeah, and you
Sugar.
continue to improve, yeah. Uh so many people want to do and achieve what you have. You're on track to a journey. It's like not over yet, but you're really, your trajectory is pointing at the right direction. How did you fight those cravings, the temptation, the buffets, the parties, and the next time na lang, that we call it the procrastination. I'll do it next month, next year. How did you fight that? How did you have that mindset?
I must be honest. It's really difficult for me to overcome those temptations. But if I focus on my goal, which is to reverse the disease and get inspiration from the little everyday little wins that I have, like losing the inches, then I go back at once. I do treat myself, and Dr. Rico knows that because I confess to him that, Doc, I ate a lot during Mother's Day on my
Mhm.
birthday. But of course, I have to go back to the program because I'm afraid of losing what
Oh,
I gained.
yeah.
So that's how I overcome those cravings. And I know that cravings are just temporary. They will soon be gone. And of course, divert your mind and focus on, like, for example, if you're on social media and you see your friends posting a lot of good food trip, of course, instead of focusing on that, it's better to focus yourself, like, for let's say, spiritual upliftment, like Bible reading, praying, read books, and of course, focus on your go to wear sexy dresses, fashion.
Go what? Focus on the fashion
Yes,
so that
sexy.
you can sexy dresses so you can wear them. That's
Yes,
your goal. So
yes,
instead of thinking of the food, think of the sexy dresses. Okay. That's a good idea to motivate yourself. All right. Yeah. So,
and of course, you have to look for the food substitute that taste good, but are low in GI, glycemic index, and low carb.
yeah, so you really need to know what you're eating. So
Need to know.
you have to be educated. All
Yeah,
right.
and
Now,
that's because do.
what we're gonna do now is in a while we're going to be showing you two videos of products that are key for the Syzygy Optimal Health 16-week program. It's a 16-week coaching program. Of course, it's flexible, but it's 16 weeks with weekly accountability meetings and Neutralite supplements in the program. We'll show you two of the important supplements that Dr. Rico prescribes, we prescribe. But before we do that, I would like to ask one more question. What message do you have, Arlene, to people out there who are listening, watching you? And we're going to share this video to people we love. What what else do you have to tell them? Can you tell them your message?
Don't give up. Never lose hope. Diabetes can be reversed. Your pain can be gone. Will commit to that goal. And of course, what you eat is what you get. So good nutrition is important to have a healthy body. That's it.
Being in an environment of people who value the same thing, like health,
Yes, that's true.
what they eat, they exercise, they have like positive mental attitude. Being in the in an environment in that group of people, associating with them, you're the average of the 5 people you deal with every day. So if you're around drinkers, you'll be a drinker. If you're around smokers, you'll be a smoker. If you're part of our Syzygy health community, we meet every 8 p.m. on Sunday, you'll begin to slowly but surely develop learn the right information you need to be healthy, and as well as develop the mindset. You get infected by the people that you listen to, like listening to Arlene now and her story of fighting and getting rid of that pain that she was told will be forever. Oh, wow. How sad it is to be living with pain and insulin every day. So before, again, we're going to show you a couple of videos, then we're going to have Q&A, and Dr. Rico is there because I have a question for Dr. Rico also about this. So we'll get back after these videos. Enjoy these videos. Type in your questions.
Anyone can produce omega-3, but not anyone can produce omega-3 to the highest quality. Obtaining good quality ingredients and establishing a reliable manufacturing process requires experience and science. Beginning in the 1950s, Nutrilite founder Carl Remborg focused on natural ingredients from the ocean. He used his research vessel to explore the seas of Alaska. This became the starting point of NutriWay's omega-3's history. The ingredients in our omega-3 are from chosen locations based on our knowledge of ocean ecology. From the coastal fjords of Norway, where nature is well preserved, to the Pacific Ocean, where the nutritious Humboldt Current flows. NutriWay tries to make omega-3 closest to nature with varieties of the unsaturated fatty acids from pure natural ingredients. Omega-3 is easily oxidized by light and air. To help prevent oxidation, most NutriWay manufacturing processes take place in a vacuum. The capsules are checked every 30 minutes to ensure quality. The quality of the fish oil used in our omega-3 products exceeds industry standards, including standards used by the Council for Responsible Nutrition, the Global Organisation for EPA and DHA, the International Fish Oil Standards, and the World Health Organization. Years of experience finding the best ingredients from nature, a delicate science that handles all the natural components of the ingredients. This is how NutriWay is able to make the most authentic omega-3.
Your body needs B vitamins to support energy-yielding metabolism and help reduce tiredness. Therefore, we created Vitamin B+, a premium food supplement made with natural spirulina and packed with all 8 essential B vitamins. Spirulina is a kind of blue-green algae that we grow in ponds in the Sonoran Desert. Other things don't grow there very well. It's cultivated at one of our NutriCert partner facilities. We specifically culture that particular organism with just the right conditions to favour its growth. The ponds are very alkaline, and at that pH, other organisms don't do very well, so you can end up with a very pure culture of just spirulina. If you look at spirulina under a microscope, it forms this beautiful spiral shape. And it's that spiral shape that gives it its name, spirulina. It always gives me a good feeling to be able to produce materials that can help energy-yielding metabolism.
Okay, so that's our corporate partner, Nutrilite, and we are so blessed actually that we have this available, a company that has very, very high integrity. They manufacture supplements to the highest level of quality, because imagine, you're going to put the stuff in your body. You want to make sure you have the right stuff, not something with fillers, not something that's commercialized, advertised, and something that's not that's made artificially or in an inferior way. So I have a question for Dr. Rico, and maybe some of you might like to unmute and ask him. We have this short time now, and in fact, you can just put it in the chat box if you have. Okay, I'd like to welcome again we have 2 guests from London, Yugesh and Dr. Sheena. Hello, welcome. And we have another friend. Hello. And also Jeremy from Chicago watching part of the Zoom tonight. Wow, we're international. Dr. Rico, how damaging is, my question is, insulin to the body? I know it's a natural hormone, but when you inject every day, what can that lead to?
Insulin is actually very damaging in excess, especially when it's produced by the body uh, in excess. Like when you eat too much sugar and carbs, insulin is stimulated, you know? And it's actually the one causing inflammation of our blood vessels, especially arteries. You know?
Mhm.
That's why in metabolic syndrome, to which diabetes belongs, uh, most of the diseases involved are blocked arteries, like tingling sensation of hands and feet, causing damage to the nerves, blindness, kidney problems, heart attacks and strokes. So the arteries are actually the ones affected. So you might call this syndrome as an arterial clogging disease. No, it's
Mm.
because of the insulin that drives the inflammatory conditions, along with the sugar that they've been taking.
Mhm.
Kasi every hormone is produced in minute amounts, no? That what the body needs only. But when we eat too much sugar and carbs, it's overstimulated. And when we eat frequently, over years, decades, insulin goes up. The baseline of insulin goes up persistently. Hindi na bumababa sa normal.
That's what we call insulin resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I asked this, I think from, yeah, I asked you before the last time, because I know of some people who, well, particularly my cousin, who was very diabetic. I don't know if he was on insulin, but anyway, he developed liver cancer. Well, what's the connection with diabetes and cancer and insulin and cancer? Why did the cancer? Yeah.
Well, insulin is also uh, a growth factor. It actually promotes growth, no?
There
So
you
if
go.
there are any abnormal tumors in the body, it may grow faster and metastasize more to other parts of the body.
Mhm.
So a diabetic or somebody with insulin resistance who has cancer growing can promote its growth.
I
Yan
see.
ang problem sa
Yeah.
insulin.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
promoting ano.
So it's a normal hormone, but in excess
Right.
can really damage our arteries and cause all this pain and all, and also can actually promote growth, as in tumors. If you have a tumor, it's going to promote growth. So you really don't want these things to get out of control. And all of it is because of our lifestyle, the way we eat, when we eat, and what we eat. So I'd like to add, by the way, that we have another guest, international guest, Agnes Padernal, okay, also from our community. Hi, Agnes, from California. And she actually introduced Arlene, and she's so proud of you. She says, your story is an inspiring demonstration of persistence, consistency, discipline, and successfully meeting health goals. Wow, compliance with the MD instructions and coaching. So proud of you. Ah, so why is it, Doc? Last question. Why is it that so many people want the results of being healthy, looking sexy, being fit, and without pain, without medication? But how come many people are not able to make the changes? Even if we tell them that you need to do this, you need to do that, and they still don't make the changes. From your experience, bakit kaya? Or for our guest from London, why? What do you think is the reason?
Well, I think most of the medical information that they know is that diabetes and other uh, conditions of the metabolic syndrome, like hypertension, you know, is a progressive disease. That's what they know kasi. It's a progressive disease na, well, that's been inculcated in us, no,
Yes.
by the medical industry, no, medical and health industry. So, yun ang problema, no? But there is hope, really, no? It's based actually on nutrition science and physiology, no? That
Yeah.
that those diseases are totally reversible through nutrition. Kasi what the drugs do are just symptomatic relief of the condition. When you take
Yes.
drugs for BP, magno-normal ang blood pressure. When you take drugs for blood sugar, magno-normal for a time. And then later on, you add more and more drugs for diabetes. And then
Yeah.
later on, they give the insulin, no? The problem is, no? The problem is insulin resistance. But then, why are the health industry, the medical industry, not testing for insulin at all?
They're just testing the blood sugar.
They're testing the effects of the insulin, no, to the body, but they're not directly testing for insulin. When you have a problem in thyroid hormones or in cortisol, no, they test for the hormones. But why? Oh, why? When they know that the patient has insulin resistance, they test for it. It's easy enough test to do.
So that's why we need to be vigilant and study ourselves and understand what's out there, because we know that a lot of drugs exist because it's profitable, and maintenance drugs are forever drugs. So anyway, we've got
Olive, do you mind if I contribute
Sheena,
first few
of
seconds,
course,
please?
Dr. Sheena from London. Yes, go ahead, Dr.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Rico, for that brilliant explanation. I just wanted to add a little bit from a patient perspective as well. What I find with my patients is that they are bombarded with a lot of medical information, what I call medicanese, where they don't understand what a doctor may be saying to them. But what I love about the way Syzygy and Dr. Rico does things is that he breaks things down into smaller goals. Like with the lovely lady that was talking a few minutes ago, she needed to come off 24 units of insulin a day. For most patients, that's a huge goal. But if you break it down by saying, okay, we start reducing by maybe 5 units and then a further 5 units, and setting what we would call achievable small goals, which then puts you in almost like a victory cycle rather than a failure cycle, where yes, I've achieved my goal now. I'm down to 19 units of insulin. Yay, I can, tell my family, I can tell my friends. It's almost like, when people go to the Alcoholics Anonymous for alcohol reduction, and this is with alcohol, they set their goals week by week. And when they do achieve their goals, they receive a little memento to say, you know what, you're in a victory cycle now. And that's what I love about this program. First of all, it's explained in a way a patient can understand. And secondly, the goals that are set are small goals, and they are quite achievable by following the system put in place by Dr. Rico and Syzygy.
Thank you so much, Sheena. Yes, I agree. Patients can get overwhelmed and confused. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Sheena, and also our other guests from California, from Chicago. So truly international. So we've come to the end because we really have about a 50-minute, 1 hour discussion every Sunday at 8 p.m. for health on different topics. So I invite everyone to watch out for next Sunday at 8. We're going to have something related to this, or a panel discussion or something. But again, a regular meeting where you can slowly and surely begin to change your mindset about the habits that made us sick, overweight, and reverse our conditions, and the same with our families and the people we love. So thank you so much, Dr. Rico, for being with us tonight live. And of course, thank you so much to Arlene for your inspiring story. I really pray that many people can hear this and watch this, and also reverse their disease and improve their lifestyle, and live life to the full, which is what our Lord really wanted us to have, a full life.